It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Associated with Hendrick for 16 seasons, and you know that I you know get to see him continue on with his success if I can't contribute to it, and you know, not that our days are over, but those days in the 90s when we were, you know, doing all those things that that Jimmy's doing now, you know, it was a good time. I remember it well, and I'm just so happy that, you know, it's been able to continue on at Hendrick Motorsports.
We'll go Doug, Ed, Jenna, Lee, and then over here. Go ahead.
Hey, Jeff, Doug Turnbull, WSB Radio. Your teammate Casey Mears just recently became a father, I think, back at Talladega race weekend, and you beat him by about a year. I just wondered if you've seen his focus, perspective change any, and have you had any pawpaw tips for him?
No, I mean, it's all pretty new. You know, I think it's only a couple weeks now, so I know how excited he is. His whole outlook on parenting and life and racing, everything seems to be very positive. So you know, he's in such a great mood, and I remember, you know, going through that that moment of you know, just an amazing thing that you go through when you become a new parent. So no, I haven't seen that at all, and I don't know if I believe everything that you guys write. It takes a little longer than just a couple weeks. You know, it takes more like, you know, 4 to 6 months before it starts to affect your focus.
We'll go to with Ed, Jenna, and who was over here? I don't remember. Go Ed and Jenna, then we'll figure it out. Go ahead.
Ed Hinton, ESPN.com. Kerry, I got 2 questions, one for me, one for Newton, who's not able to be here and raise his hand.
I saw Newton out in the hallway.
He asked me to ask him, so
I think he looked too fancy. I think it's the tie and everything. He just didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, he's got to be on TV. I'm going to ask mine first, so if you get too annoyed with me, he'll have to fend for himself later. 16 years ago, you came here as a pre-rookie trying to get some mile-and-a-half experience ready for the next season. You see Joey Logano, he's had a little bit of a rough time. The 96 car didn't work out for him at New Hampshire. Now he's facing a rain out. If you were in his position today, would you be getting a little bit rattled? Here's the sliced bread guy who's getting a couple of bumps in his road trying to get his experience. Would it rattle you a little bit if you were at this stage now?
Fast Eddie.
I knew you were going to bring that up too.
I mean, you know, here's the way I look at it. It's just so much different for rookies these days as it was. It's no comparison. I mean, I say it all the time. You've heard me, you know, plenty of interviews and things over the years, that my rookie season was by far my worst season. Not just stats wise, but as a driver, feeling pressure and just feeling like you're under a microscope, and just having to deal with things that that we're all new, and I would not want to go back and be a rookie again for anything. But yet these days, you know, rookies, I mean, they're expected to win. They come out, you know, and heck, you know, you got some guys that get so much hype put on them that, you know, that people expect them to win the championship almost. So, you know, I think Joey is a special talent. I think Gibbs has done a great job bringing him along, and he's got a bright future. But if anybody tries to push him too fast, including himself, you know, I think that it could hurt him more than help him. So, you know, I think that Gibbs is in a unique situation because of Tony's situation, that, you know, they've got to fill that seat. And here's Joey, this bright star that is going to do great things, that they're having to move along a little faster than I think even they want to. So, you know, I think there's a lot of people probably jumping through hoops right now trying to figure out what's going on. But if I was Joey, you know, I would just go wherever they tell me to go, get in the car, drive the car the best that I possibly can, and go to the next one.
Now, Newton's question right quick. Sunday, there's going to be the World Series, pro football, all kind of things going on. Jimmy's kind of running away with this thing. What would you tell fans?
You got a rain out already in your column over there, and you already got Jimmy running off with the championship.
I'm asking.
I wish it was that easy.
Talk to Newton. No, you got. His question is, you got all this stuff going on Sunday, and this thing's kind of opened up. We'll put it that way. What would you tell fans? Why should they watch this race instead of the World Series, pro football, etc.?
Well, if the football part of it's easy. I mean, it's way too early in the season to be watching football. I mean, unless you're fantasy football like me, and you can always just go home and turn on the computer and see where you ended up and look at the scores. But obviously, the World Series is going to be a big thing right now. Of course, not as many guys are going to be watching from my team because the Red Sox aren't in it and the Yankees aren't in it. So, I think that there's only one reason why you watch NASCAR racing, and that's because it's exciting. It's fun, and there's some great racing. I think Atlanta puts one of the greatest races on out there. So, I never try to strong arm fans into watching. I think they should watch it because they want to watch it, and if they got to pick and choose, that's what DVRs are for. You can record some things here and there, and make sure you watch racing live, and then go back and watch those other things.
Good answer. Next question.
Jenna
Go ahead,
Fryer, AP. My computer's not loading fast enough. I was trying to pull up your fantasy football standings.
Ha ha ha. Hey, as terrible as I am this year, we're still not that bad, somehow.
You were talking a little bit earlier about Chad's progression. It started out on your car. We all know, his nickname, Little Ray, which he doesn't really love. But, you've worked with Ray. You've seen Chad grow up. How much similar or not maybe alike are they, and what do you think drives Chad?
Well, I mean, if the only similarities are that they're just totally committed. There's just nothing that is going to get in their way of whatever it takes to be successful and win and put together a championship caliber effort and team. So. And I think that holds true for any crew chief out there that that is at the top. But I mean, Chad is definitely he's very special. I mean, he's a guy that it's really hard to really pinpoint one thing. I mean, there's just a lot of things that he does very well. But I mean, he's very, very driven, and I would say that compares a lot to Ray. There's nothing he couldn't do on the car and wouldn't do that he asked any of his team guys to do, and he's had to work hard to get there. In some ways probably even harder than Ray. I mean, the success came fairly quick for Ray once he got to the Cup level, where Chad, I mean, he went through some pretty down races and seasons with some other teams and drivers before he had the success at Hendrick. So I don't know, they do have a lot of comparisons, but I wouldn't call them Little Ray. I mean, I would say that they certainly have what it takes to put together an incredible team, but they definitely have different personalities. So I wouldn't say they're exactly alike, but it's hard for me to really say. I mean, oh, come on now. It's not about who's the better crew chief. It's who's the better team. And the crew chief deserves to get a lot of credit, and so does the driver, and so do other people on the team. So it's no secret, if you've ever heard me talk, it's never any one person. I mean, as great as Dale Earnhardt, was, a lot of people focus on him, but he had some great people, surrounding him, and same thing if you're, Darrell Waltrip or Bill Elliott or whoever you've been in the sport that's been successful, that it's never just any one person, it's never one crew chief, it's never one driver.